Hey guys, so I have a little story time today, and I know I haven't posted in literally like weeks. I just haven't had any good video ideas, but I am back. I'm here. Hello. So this story happened last Sunday, and I have a brother. We're gonna call him Bob for the sake of the story. So Bob has a girlfriend. Yes, Bob is in year 5 and he has a girlfriend already, and I'm still single. Anyway, so that Sunday, Bob decided to go around to his girlfriend's house. Fun, isn't it? And they decided to go on a little walk together around the area. And they were told to only go within a certain distance. But they decided, no, not today. So they walked off somewhere, and we had no idea where they went. Because when we went to pick up my brother from his girlfriend's house, we didn't know where they were. So for the next 45 minutes, I was running around the area through the woods and everything, saying Bob, 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 where are you? And we couldn't find him. He was literally nowhere to be seen. He disappeared. And after half an hour, we thought, well, maybe he's gone to his friend's house because his best friend lives close to the area that they were searching. So I'm walking to his best friend's house, and then all of a sudden I get a call from my dad saying that they finally arrived back home at his girlfriend's house. Out of the blue. And it was honestly pretty scary because I thought we might have to call the police.
Who remembers in primary school it would be home time and all the parents are standing outside waiting for the teacher to let you go? And then suddenly a very, very serious crime happens in the classroom. Your teacher has discovered that there is one glue stick without a lid on it. She would say, excuse me everyone, where is the missing glue stick lid? You are not leaving until somebody finds it. Everyone is on their hands and knees, desperate to find the stupid piece of plastic. Like love, it's only a piece of plastic. Nobody wants to steal it, no one wants to sell it. It's worthless.
Disclaimers are not my story time. My best friend and I have known each other for about 3 years. Now, there has always been jealousy between us. We're very competitive because we're both models, and we're always trying to one-up each other with the jobs we get. Luckily, we both do pretty well. We both modeled for Kylie Cosmetics. When it comes to men, we both tend to go for the same type of guy. And yes, he's always a little bit toxic. Well, this time around, my bestie decided to start dating a regular guy. He works at an office and he's not toxic at all. In fact, he's got money, stability, doesn't have any mental health issues. Obviously, seeing the fact that she got with somebody who was healthy made me feel like I wasn't doing enough. And after meeting this guy, I realized just how good he is. He's also pretty attractive. I knew that their relationship would not be good for me. I became extremely envious. I was angry at her all the time. That's when I started making up lies about him to my best friend. Told her that he would stare at me a lot and that it made me uncomfortable. Part 2 is up. Disclaimers are not my story time. That's when I started making up straight up lies about him. I told my best friend that he would stare at me and that it made me uncomfortable. And when I told her this, she went crazy on him. She actually confronted him in front of me. Trust me, I wasn't expecting her to do that, but he went out of his way to apologize to me and told me that he didn't mean to make me uncomfortable. And he said that if he even stared at me, it was probably a mistake. Y'all, I know he didn't stare at me. I was lying, but he still apologized to me. This is when I realized just how good a guy he is. And this made me want him even more. I was angrier and more jealous than ever. My envy levels were through the roof. Every time they went out on a date, I would try to sabotage it somehow. I'd go over to her house to help her get ready and randomly start doing her makeup and force her to be late. One time I even pretended to drop a glass of water and I wet her hair just so that she would be late to the date. And it started working. They began fighting and she would tell him that he had no patience with her and he started calling her flaky. This is when I had to go to Instagram. I made an account and pretended to be another girl. I started messaging him but he wasn't replying. What I did next is bad. Part 3 is up. And that's when I slid into my bestie's boyfriend's DMs pretending I was somebody else. Disclaimers are not my story time. I spent 2 weeks creating this fake account. I found a random Brazilian model online. I basically stole all her Instagram pictures. I went ahead and made the account and started posting every single day, multiple times a day. And I even started posting on the stories, stealing her pictures and pretending it was uploaded from that day. I was really good at it. I started messaging him, but nothing. Eventually, I replied to one of his stories and he did end up seeing that one, but he didn't reply. So I knew I had to take it a step further. I know that he's in financing, so I reached out to him with a question about finance. This is when he replied. He offered to give me a free consultation online. Instead of saying yes to that right away, I started asking him questions, and he was answering. But eventually I asked him what city he was living in and if he wanted to hang out. This is when he politely said that he would go out with me, but that he has a girlfriend and that nothing could happen. Told him I was new in town and that I needed friends. He sent me a list of restaurants that I could go to. I mean, how nice is he? But still, he kept it really professional. So I took all of the evidence and I went to my best friend. She hit the roof. She completely believed everything I said. It only took me 2 hours to convince her to leave him. Part 4 is once I convinced my best friend to break up with her boyfriend because I wanted him, everything was easy. I showed her the Instagram DMs, which weren't really that bad, but she still got really mad at him. She even thanked me for going out of my way to prove that he was a lying cheater. According to her, the fact that he even would message this girl back shows that he had an intention to speak to her, even though he didn't actually agree to hang out with her. And I have to agree with that. She ended up breaking up with him that very same day. Then he messaged me asking if I could try to help him get back with her. Of course I said no, but now my goal is to try to get with him. I feel like this is going to be really hard because he's such a good guy, and also I need to keep it secret from my best friend. But I want a man like this, someone loyal and kind. I actually ended up telling my mom about my plan and she tells me not to do it. What should I do?